do 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 do. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, family? Family, how you guys doing, man? Welcome to this live stream, this episode of the Daily Show. All right, so let me do a little housekeeping first. Let me go and make sure, man. Oh, let me go make sure that that we're broadcasting like we should be. All right, turn that light down some. I think I got it too bright. All right. So anyway, let me go over here and check and make sure. When I go live like this, man, I am actually going live on two Facebook pages. You want my profile on the page, and also on two YouTube ones. So it looks like we are good. Looking at my audio, this morning I did a live this morning, man. And I don't know if you guys ever shot video, anything like that before, man. But I used to hate this when I was in the entertainment business. I'll be out covering the event and I'll shoot all that video, man, or pictures, and I'll get back to the spot and it'll be corrupted. I'm like, what the heck? Um, that's kind of what you deal with sometimes if you're rushing. All right. If you're rushing and you don't make sure you cross all your T's and dot your I's. Okay, you'll deal with that sometimes with this. Like this morning, what happened with me this morning was got up and I was doing a stream, and so I was doing some video, man, and it didn't check. My son was in here last night doing some homework, so he had unplugged the microphone. I didn't know it, so I did this show this morning, man, where I was talking about Facebook profiles again and stuff. I went back to listen to the footage, and the mic was, you know what? So I look over. I have a webcam over here. Let me see if I can show you guys. So I have a webcam over there. That's pointing over there, right? That's pointing towards me, and it's down a little ways. Well, on the broadcast this morning, that's the microphone that it was pulling from. All right, and so to say the least, man, I didn't like the quality of the audio, so I took the stream down, man. I took the video down. Can't be putting no bad product out there on the streets, man, on these social media streets. All right, guys. So today, got something. I'm trying to bring you guys, man, some practical but valuable content, man, that you could take and you can use to make some money, some moolah. All right, so what I want to do today is I want to kind of build on something I was talking about the other day, man, when I was saying that you can monetize almost any content if you can figure out your audience, right? And the key to content is figuring out your audience, your target audience, man, your niche, your space, right? And it's easy for some content creators and harder for others. Okay, and let me kind of explain to you what I'm talking about. One of the things I was thinking about doing with this daily show was getting on here and I still might do it, because it's up for grabs right now. I don't have any concrete direction I want to go with this right now. But I was going to get on here and I was just going to talk about a variety of things around content, which I think I'm still going to do because that fits more into the box of my niche, right? So if I'm trying to sell avatars to content creators, to entertainers, to small business owners and things like that, then I need to talk about things that's going to put me in proximity of those potential customers, right? And so one of the things I was thinking about doing was I was trying to figure out, and I haven't been able to completely figure it out, but I was going to create more like a general show where I just jump on here and I talk about news, I talk about current events, I talk about sports, I talk about business, I talk about lifestyle, and just have a stream and a show where I just talk about a lot of different things. All right. And I get on here daily and talk about it. That's why I wanted to call it the Daily Show. And I'm still thinking about doing that. I'm still thinking about doing that. And to be honest with you guys, I really don't have to niche down. because anybody and everybody can be a customer of mine. And since I'm not really out there trying to identify a target market right now, I could talk about anything and everything, but it makes it easier, all right, if you niche down. And let me show you some ways that you could do it real easy. All right, let's say for instance you had a show, you had some content that you were doing. You were a homeschooling mom, okay, and you were homeschooling your kids, and you wanted to create some content and just start sharing with your social your graph or your social following, just tips and ideas and just day in the life of what it's like to homeschool. All right. And you start creating that content. You start creating long form and short form content and putting it up on social media. And people are responding to you. They're asking you questions. Other homeschool people are engaging with you. All right. To me, that's an easy market to identify because what you're looking for is either people who homeschool now or people who are thinking about homeschooling. Okay. But now those could be two separate niches. All right. And you could create content and product for those two separate niches, or you could put them together. Like me personally, I would put them together right now until one of them identifies themselves as the dominant niche. But if you was a homeschooler, man, I mean, it's easy. All you have to do is say, okay, in your titles and stuff, okay, homeschool moms and dads. Here's 5 tips for you to do this. All right, to all my homeschool comrades, peers, whatever words you want to use out there, here is a video that you're going to want to watch. You know, whatever hook you do, but you just say it. Okay. Like in my case, if I did have to niche down, if I did have to niche down, what I have been working on here recently is Generation X. You know, focusing on creating content for Generation X. And I've been actually subscribing to a lot of the old folks on TikTok. No, I'm just playing. People my age, Generation X, just to try to see whatever kind of content they create. And I done got some real interesting. I done got some really interesting ideas from them. Like over there on the talk, I like to call it. They over there doing some real creative things. Like I got a buddy, man. He jumps on every day. He calls himself the old man. He wears different fitted hats every day. And he'll have a little music playing, and he does really good with his presentation or his video. He has the banners and the text all of it looks really cool. And he kind of like be dancing to his little music a little bit. Not standing up, but sitting, you know, and just singing to the music. And he's doing really good with the growth of his profile or channel and with the engagement. I see a lot of Generation X's over there doing creative things like asking people, okay, what is something that you something when you were younger? And a lot of them are doing that. Another thing that I seen was popular over there, and I ended up doing it too, was we put an X, a red X, by our names to be able to identify ourselves as Generation X. And so when another Generation X would come to your thing, they would leave a comment, follow you, and things like that. But when I think about that demographic, man, it's so much for me to talk about and do. You know why? Because I'm a Generation Xer. Okay. So one of the things I was thinking about with the Daily Show, I said, okay, well maybe I'll talk about general things, and then I'll just kind of gear the content for Gen Xers. Okay. And that's something that I'm thinking about doing. All right. Now, how would I make money? How would I make money? Okay, let's use me as a case study. Okay, so how would I go about making money if I wanted to focus on Gen Xers? All right, and and let me show you something right quick. Okay, let me do something right quick. Let me see. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. I'm just gonna play with something right quick. I ain't doing nothing, man. I'm just messing around. I just got an idea. I want to see how something looks. All right, I want to see how something looks. Okay, you guys see what I just did? I made that Gen X. You guys see that? Bam, bam, bam. You guys see that? Only thing with the, yeah, we'll have to put that somewhere. We have to do it in a color to where it will show up. All right, let's do this right here. You see how I get off on tangents, man? I was talking about something and got myself off on a tangent. But we're going to throw this little Gen X up there, man, so we can just be identified with Gen X right now. All right. And we can do this, man. We can do this because you know why? It's my thing. I can do what I want to do. All right. So we're just going to put that up there for right now. Okay. All right. So, anyway, all right. So, let's say, for instance, I was focusing on Gen X. All right. That's what I was doing. I wanted to create content for them. All right. So, basically, what I would do is I would do some research and I would try to see some things that were trending that Gen X were searching for. And then I would come up with a content plan to create content for Gen Xers. And I think I'm gonna do that, man. I think I'm gonna do it as a case study because, like I said, I have no set thing for the Daily Show right now, and so maybe I will do something for Gen X also. Let me do something else, man. Yeah, because it's my stream. I could do it. I could do what I want to do on here. Can nobody tell me I can't do what I want to do? I'm gonna put something else on here too. I had some things. I don't know if I got the one that I really want. Well, yeah, here's one here. Let me see if I got the right one. Let me pull it up here. Bam. You see how I'm doing this, man? I just do it right off the fly, man. Can't nobody tell me I can't do it. All right. So I've added the live streaming button. Okay. Got the Gen X tag up here so people can know. Gen X here. Then I got the Daily Show there. All right. So I got all this at play up here. Okay. So see how you could do that, man. So anyway. All right. So let's say, for instance, that I was going to do this show. This was going to be a piece of content that I was going to do for Gen Xers. All right. I was going to focus on Gen X. All right. With all my content. All right. And then I was going to try to sell Gen X my products too, my avatars. Okay. So what I would do is I would come up with I would do some research and find out what Gen Xers are talking about and what they're searching for. All right. And then what I would do is I would get with Chat GPT. In my case, my custom GPT is called Vic. So I would get with Chat GPT and I would sit down and I would develop out a content plan to be able to go after that particular market on the platform I was on. All right, and that's another key too. That's another key that I wouldn't spread myself too thin on platforms. So in my case, I like Facebook. I like Facebook because it's super simple, and I like Instagram because I could take what I'm doing on Facebook and I could push it right over to Instagram. Now, the only other thing that I would probably focus on would be YouTube also because of the longevity of the platform. All right. And I might do a little bit TikTok. I don't know. But anyway, I would identify trending topics, things that Generation Xers were looking for. And I would sit down with ChatGPT and I would build out a content plan. All right. And then what I would do is I would commit to creating content for that particular audience. Now, me personally, thinking about how I'm thinking about it, I would do a balance. Traditionally when I do things, I try to solve problems and sell, right? Something to them. But I wouldn't do that with Generation X, man. I wouldn't do it. What I would do is I would have a equal balance between entertainment, education, and then solving problems. All right. And this would be things that Generation Xers are dealing with. And there's a lot of different ways that you can go with all those. Generation Xers, a lot of us are at the point to where we're getting close to retirement years, so we're starting to do things for that. Some of us are reinventing ourselves in the latter parts of our work life. So we're into new careers, new businesses, and things like that. I would talk about that. A lot of us are really figuring out this social media, man. So we're hitting this hard and jumping online and joining communities and talking and doing voice chats and all this kind of stuff. And I would focus on that. And then the whole entertainment factor, man. You know, I would come up with some really cool content that would entertain and build community and things like that. And I would do that. All right. So I would get that content working. You know, I could talk to them about business. I could talk to them about old school stuff. I could talk to them about children. I could talk to them about finances. Are you guys following what I'm saying? Home ownership, because most of us own homes and things like that. And so I can create a lot of content to talk to this audience. But in the bigger scheme of things, you know, I'm wanting to sell this audience something. So, like in the case of what I'm doing right now, let's say with my avatars, all right, and guys, when I say I see a lot of Generation Xers with avatars or creating their own avatars. So that's a market out there for it. So I would start going after that market with avatars. So I would create the content, just like I got it set up right now. All right. So Gen X, to identify Gen X, the Daily Show podcast, I have my live streaming thing, and I would jump on here and talk about what's going on in the world. I would talk about entertainment, sports, business, but in the voice of a Generation Xer talking to a Generation Xer. Okay, so we would cover a lot of things that, and then what I would do is I would commit to putting content out every day. Every day I'll put content out. I'll be cranking that content out. So, like in the case with this, what I love about streaming like this and using software like Ecamm is that, like, I'm live right now streaming, but since I'm new to streaming, man, I don't have an audience at all. I don't have an audience, all right, and I don't care because I'm from the old school, pre-recorded, right? So what this allows me to do is this allows for me to start going live streaming on Facebook, on YouTube, here soon to be Instagram, Twitch, and LinkedIn, right? And I could do that and start building up an audience, right? But in the meantime, what happens is as soon as I get done with this stream, the software and the social media platforms converts the stream over to a pre-recorded video that sits on my social media, right? So I get the benefit of that. Okay. So I get the benefit of that. So that's what I would do. I would jump on here every day and I would start pumping out content. All right. So I would do this live show a couple times a day. All right. I would put some picture based content up. I would do that, and I would do some other little things, but I would start pumping out a lot of content towards Generation X. But this is what I would do immediately. All right. This is what I would do immediately. And again, guys, I might do a case study, you know, and show you guys how to do this in real time. I like doing that kind of stuff. But I don't care if you are day one creating content. You can put in place something that you're selling from day one. Day one. All right. And I'm going to talk to you guys about what I think is one of the easiest things to sell. I think one of the easiest categories or things to sell to an audience, even if you're a day one, is merch. All right, is merch. Okay, and again, guys, I'm gonna do this just to show you guys how to do this. All right. So like in my case, if I'm going to be targeting Generation X and talking to Generation Xers, I can sell merch to Generation Xers. I could sell merch. I could sell T-shirts. I could sell hats. I could sell mugs. All right. Are you guys following what I'm saying? I could sell T-shirts, hats, sweatshirts, mugs to Generation Xers. So right off the bat, regardless of how new I am to this, how green I am to creating content, doing a podcast, doing a show or whatever, from day one, you can always monetize the content with merch. Because let's say, for instance, you was doing it for gardening, all right? And today was the first day you was going to shoot video on gardening. Who cares? You better have you something to sell to people who love gardening, because your content can attract somebody that's been gardening for 20 years, 30 years, 5 years, and those people are knee deep inside of their passion and their hobby, and they will buy merch. So when you think about it, merch makes a lot of sense to be able to monetize content. Later on, if you got some knowledge or something like that, you can do an information product. If you've been gardening for a while and you figured out how to do it to where you get a good harvest and you keep the weeds down, the bugs out, and you got so much vegetables and fruit and stuff like that that your bowls be overflowing. Well, you might want to put together a quick mini report, 3-4 pages long, just breaking down, or even a video breaking down, how you do what you do, and sell it for cheap, man. Sell it for cheap, $10. Sell it for cheap, because what you're trying to do is you're not trying to get rich right now. What you're trying to do is you're trying to teach your subconscious mind how to think about business around your content. Okay, keep things simplified and sell something real quickly. And you could put that little report together. You can go out and sign up for Stan Store. It costs you about $25 a month. Turn that report into a PDF, upload it to that baby. You'll have a link from Stan Store. Run over to GoDaddy, pay you $10 for a domain name. Register your domain name like teresasgardeningtips.com. Do that and then forward that domain to that Stan Store, and then put that link in your videos, man, and you ready to roll. Right off the back, you to monetize what you're doing. All right. So like for me, since I have a lot of different trainings and content that I sell, that teaches people how to monetize their content, I can break some of my content down to mini reports, kind of like I'm talking about, and make one specifically for Generation X. All right, Generation Xers, how to. And I'm gonna tell you a good idea for this, okay? And we're gonna think on the fly. I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I even have it. Yeah, I'll be able to show you guys inside of one of my resources I'm putting together. All right, so I'm gonna show you how you would do this. All right, so I'm a Generation Xer. I create content, and I have a small publishing company where I make content, showing people ideals and strategies that are working out here that people are using to monetize their content. And let's say for right now, for hypothetical purposes, I'm focusing on Gen X. So I already said that one of the ways I'm fixing to monetize, I'm gonna walk you guys over there and show you, but I'm gonna be able to do it from here because I have the tools from here. All right, we're gonna immediately start putting together some merch to sell. If you guys know anything about me, I used to buy and sell vintage clothing and apparel. Ran an eBay store for almost 10 years in my basement. Had over 2,500 on my items in my store. And you guys used to see me post all that. So I know my way around this merch, and I done made merch. I have vinyl cutters here. I have the Cameo, and I have heat presses here. And I just bought my wife the Cricut situation as a gift. So we got the ability of making shirts. Okay, but I'm not even gonna make shirts. I'm gonna show you how to do it without making shirts. So merch is going to be sold, and now I'm going to show you how I would do information. All right, for Generation Xers, and I'm gonna go in and show you one of my mini trainings inside of a resource I'm putting together, and show you how I would pull that out, and I would turn that into a report and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's imagine, man. This is day one of me getting ready to target Generation X. We made it official. I went over here, and let me see if I'm pointing to it right. Let's see. All right, I went over here and I even put the Gen X up there so you guys could see that I'm serious. All right. So let me take you guys over here and show you. Give me a minute. Let me pull up some stuff. All right. And so this is how I would monetize my content immediately. All right. So if you have any knowledge on something that Generation Xers or whatever niche you're going after would want, then you could sit down and make a product real quick. Okay. And let me share my screen. Hold on. So let's say I'm day one, man. I'm day one. I just switched everything over to Generation X's. All right. So I'm gonna show you how we would do this. Okay. So you guys should be looking at my handsome face. Move this down here. So here's a community that I built last year, or might begin at the beginning of this year. No, it was the beginning of this year. I built this community, and haven't rolled it out yet. I let a few people in. And I put a lot of content here and trainings here that I went off working on another platform. But this is going to be rolling out. All right, so this is my community here, but I got some training and some courses here. And I'm gonna show you one I just went in and adjusted today. But these are all full-blown courses and stuff. Like this one here teaches you how to get into the Amazon influencer program, and they're pretty good courses, man. They're mini courses, and come out of here, like this one here. This one teaches you how to make money in the TikTok Shop affiliate program. Bam. So you go through here. So I got courses, man. I got real trainings and courses that we've created. Have almost 20 of them in total. Okay, so anyway, I have a micro when I was working on called the Lead Generation Blueprint. All right, so this is a course here. And so I went in today and threw these pictures in, updating the pictures. But what I'm going to show you is this is a really cool little training where I teach a old school but a evergreen way for you to make money online. And that's for you to be able to build a list, a newsletter, all right, an email list around a certain demographics. And then you make your money forever off of selling things to that list. All right. And that's what this is breaking down here, this business model. So like if I was selling to these Generation Xers, what I would do is I would come in here and I would pull the content from here. All right. And I would create me an ebook. Okay. Or I might even sell them access to this membership site. But anyway, I would pull the information from here. I already got it laid out. All right. So this is day one. Remember me targeting Generation Xers hypothetically. And I have something that I know that I think the Generation Xers would like to know. Because I think a lot of them would love to learn how to launch a business that they can run from anywhere in the world, one that they can use their smartphone, location independent, and one that they can automate. Man, they can automate this business too. All right. And they can make a ton of money with the list. Okay. And a lot of them will be able to get started for about $50. All right. So it's very economical to get started. But this is the backbone of a lot of businesses is building a list. So in that training, what I do is I break down and I teach them how to build a funnel. So I teach them how to make something to give away for free. All right. And then I teach them how to create a lead capture form and how to have something that they sell on the other side of that free item that they're giving away. And so they build a list and they can make some money, right? And I'm going to show you guys what this looks like in a nutshell so you guys can see. This is one of my funnels here. All right. So give me a minute. So we're going to go here and we're going to go do this right here. Let me see. So we're at school. So we're going to put in now. Here, I can even show you. I was home, but this is a funnel. Okay. All right. So this is a landing page here. Okay. This is a landing page. All right. And a person puts their email address in here. And we're going to put a fake one on. We're going to put Marcus Howard. Okay. All right. Then what I'm doing is when a person comes here, check this out, guys. I got this geared towards Generation Xers. Generation Xers discover the step-by-step blueprint to escape the 9 to 5 and build freedom on your terms. All right. So this is a $900 training program that I'm selling in the community, right? But don't worry about the price. I just want you to look at the system. All right. So they put their information in there. They click that. Then it takes them over to what we call a bridge page or a thank you page. And so I shot a short little video telling them what to expect on the next couple of pages. All right. And we got some testimonials here, and they click here. They go to a webinar that was created by my mentor, my business partner, Michelle, the creator of the program in the community. So again, we got some more testimonials talking about how people are making money with the things that they're learning inside of our community. Bam, bam, bam. Then they click over here and they go to this very beautiful high converting sales page. Okay. And over here, we ask them to buy. Okay. So we ask them to buy over here. Okay. That is a marketing funnel, guys. That's a 4-part marketing funnel. Now, I'm going to show you guys something else here. So let me take you guys and let's go over to, let's go back over to Facebook. Okay, and let's click on here and go here. All right. And what I want to do is I want to go to my Stan Store. So we're going to click on this. Let me make sure you guys are still seeing the same thing. Okay, good. You're seeing that. So here is my digital store where I sell a lot of my digital products. Okay, so here the list formula I give away, the Creators Launchpad, I give away 3 proven income paths for creators I give away, and then 10 proven ways to make money as a creator. These are all lead magnet, free things I give away to build a list. Okay, so you guys follow what I'm saying? So each one of these I have set up to build a list. Okay, so you have to put your information in there. All right, and then you'll get that particular product. Okay, and down here is where I sell things at. Okay, so just wanted to show you guys that. All right, so that's what I would set up day one. All right, I would if I've done something all my life, I have some knowledge, and I think that my target market would want to know that information. I would put it together and compile it. If I wanted to do a video, I would turn my camera on, shoot a short video, and put it behind a paywall like Stan Store. All right, or I would create an ebook, a report, put it behind there, sell something instantly. The other way is I would sell merch. All right, so let's say, for instance, we said we were going to sell T-shirts to our demographics. Okay, so this is what I would do. Okay, I would go over to something like Etsy. All right, and I have it pulled up here. So give me a minute. I'm gonna pull it up because I went and done some work ahead of time, guys. All right, so we wouldn't be thumbing around too much. Okay, and I'm gonna show you guys how you would do this. All right, so we're gonna click on that. All right, then we're gonna go here. All right, and then I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share my. All right, good. So you guys should be looking at Etsy. So Etsy is the eBay for crafts and things that people make. All right. And so what I did was I came here, and this is a play that you guys could do. Now, remember I told you guys, if you have the machines at home, you could do it yourself. Like I have vinyl cutters, I have heat presses here so I can make my own shirts, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would come here, and I'm going to show you guys why. All right, so let me see which one that I clicked on. So you come over here, and you could order what they call transfers from different vendors on Etsy. So you could send them your artwork, your design, and they'll make it. You could do one color, multiple colors, or full color. So what I would do is do one color, right? So that means one color ink. Okay, you come over here and they would put that on a transfer paper. And then if you got a heat press at home, you just buy your heat press and all you do is you order those transfers in. And this is not like traditional transfers. This is actually screen printed plastisol that they affix to a transfer paper for you to be able to get similar to a screen printing quality print job done without having to make the shirts in advance. All right. So what you would do is you come over here, you have somebody make the artwork for you. Now I had clicked on one of these and I just wanted to show you guys. So on this one here, you would get 12 custom heat transfers. So you create your design and they're going to make them for you. And they're going to provide 12 of them for you, 7.5 by 4.5 for $19.99. All right, $19.99. All right, and then you'll pay whatever you pay on shipping and stuff, which is really cool when you think about it. Okay, so you have your design made up. You can go to ChatGPT or over Canva, make your own design up, and then you pay this person here. They'll print it onto transfer papers. It's costing you only like $1 and some change per one, like $1.50 probably, even when you get done with shipping. Probably about $1.50 per one. And then you go over to something like Jiffy Shirts or something like that and buy you some t-shirts for a couple dollars, like $2 to $3. And so now, you're all in for less than $5, right? All in for less than $5. And so now you can start selling t-shirts around your content. Okay. And the cool thing about that is then what you could do is you can buy your shirts wholesale by different sizes. Get you a few mediums, a few extra larges, a few double X's, and a few smalls, right? You can get them in different colors depending on what your money's like. Or you might just want to start off with one color at first. Make some money, then introduce the second color. You could do it how you want to do it, but the whole thing is you got merch. All right. And so now what are you going to put on that shirt? What I would do is I would come up with a cool graphic or a saying to go along with the niche that I'm focusing on. So, like in my case with Gen Xers, man, it might just really be a Gen X shirt, a black shirt that I do with white and red lettering on it for the Gen X. Or I might do a white t-shirt with just like I got this little logo here, black Gen, red X. Okay. Or I might do some kind of saying, or I might do some kind of phrase that is based around Gen X. And then all I would do in my content, just like this content here, if the daily show is going to be focused around Gen X, what I would start doing is just talking about that merch that I'm selling. Let them know, hey guys, you want to order? I'll show them the t-shirt. I might even wear it on the stream. Show it to them. Say, hey guys, if you want to order these, you can get these for $20, $25, shipped directly to your house. Let's say $25, man. Shipped directly to their house. You $5 in, about another $7 on shipping. You're clearing. You're clearing about $12 off the deal. All right. And I would start selling merch. I would do mugs. And your mugs, if you didn't want to have mugs made in advance, you can go somewhere like Printify and get your mugs made on demand. All right. But you can literally monetize anything. If you're talking about sports, you immediately got some t-shirts, man, with some sayings on them. Now, sports is kind of easy, man, because you can come up with a cool, say if you was focusing on football, you can come up with a cool football phrase, right? And then just make the t-shirts in a different team's colors. You don't have to put the team logos on there. So like Dallas would be that blue, silver, and a little white. The Broncos would have their blue and their orange and stuff. All right, the Vikings. Oh, you follow what I'm saying? And you could sell those shirts to football fans in their team colors. Make you some money around your football show. And from day one, man, you're selling product. That's all you got to do. Now, here's something I could do. And let me see if I can pull it up. Now, this wasn't planned, so it's gonna mess up some. But I'm gonna show you guys. Let me see if I could find it. Because you guys know I make these custom avatars, right? Let me show you what I can do. All right, I'm gonna show you guys one of my brother, man. All right, so let me show you the ones because I'm gonna show you in what he liked, and then I'm gonna show you in the other one what I did for him too, because I did two for him. All right, so let me see what I got here. All right. So here's a little avatar that I had made for my brother. Okay. You guys see that? Move it over here. All right. So like if I was doing sports, I can literally sell my avatars to my market. All right. I could actually take and create an avatar for them and then put them in their in the clothing and the apparel for their favorite team. All right. And I could do multiples of them because right now I sell avatars for $97 for a custom avatar. So I'll create an avatar that looks just like you. And then I give you 4 of the variations of it. So I give you 5 variations of it. So I can, like, if you're into St. Louis Cardinals, I could have you 5 different outfits you wearing that you're dripping in. All right. Or if you're into Cardinals and say Cardinals baseball, but for football, you into Dallas, I can create you 2 or 3 in one and 2 in the other, but deliver you 5 avatars. Then one of your avatars is on a transparent background. So you can use it on your videos and your pictures. You can have it like an overlay on there. All right. But I could sell that. I could sell that and the t-shirts. All right. So you guys follow what I'm saying? Um, you can monetize right off the bat. So don't get too caught up in that. So what I want you guys to do is, man, I want to challenge some of you guys who've been walking around with these ideas in your mind. All right, go ahead, execute the idea. If you got a show that you want to do, you don't need a microphone and all this kind of stuff. All you need is this right here. If you got a smartphone, get you a smartphone, jump online, buy your cheap tripod for about $10, one of those desk tripods. Sit it right in front of your mug, right? And then turn that camera on and start streaming and start talking. And then give your show a name. You'll always see me name something, man. Like when I think like the first 2 videos I did with this go around, I didn't have a name for the show. So I said, I might have just called this thing The Daily Show. Next day, I just threw The Daily up there. Now, this is not probably my final logo. I just want to throw something up there so I can start building some branding around it. All right. So now you see Gen X up there and you see live streaming up there. All right. But that's how you do it, man. You don't overthink things. You take action with where you at and you get the rolling and start making that content, man. And I just showed you guys how you can monetize your content right off the back. You don't have to wait till you have a ton of views, man. You can have 1 viewer and start monetizing your content. It's just about how you think about what you do. All right. Now I'm gonna give you one other pro tip, and then I'm gonna get on off this live. All right. So let's say, for instance, you're using Facebook, or it could be TikTok, it could be whatever platform, Instagram or whatever. But I want to show you how to level up on your content. So let's say, for instance, you're focusing on a certain type of content. All right. You're focused on a certain area, sports. We're going to say sports in this case. All right. So what I would do is either I would work on building my personal brand, or right off the back, I would come up with me a brand for my content around sports. One or the other, but I'll start building a brand. Then what I would do is I would go, like I said, over to GoDaddy, Namecheap, one of them, and I would look for me a domain name that fits either my personal brand, like my personal name, or whatever brand I'm thinking for my content. And I would try to secure a variation of that. Go ahead and pay the little $15, $20 to do that. Then inside that domain names dashboard, you can forward that domain to a website. And whatever platform you're going to make your content on, whether it's Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, what you're going to do is forward that domain there. All right, that's very important. All right, and I'm going to show you why. So as you start creating this content, you want to start building a brand, right? So if you're building your personal brand, you're talking about your name around this content. If you're building a brand around your show or content, kind of like this is The Daily Show. All right, but I'm Orville J. Parker, aka Coach. So I can brand either my personal or my or the name of this show. But whatever domain name I'm going to get, it's going to be around one of those. So like in my case, I don't have anything around The Daily Show yet. But I do have something around orvillejparker.com, and let me show you how this works. All right, and this is all you got to do. All right, and I have that forwarded to my Facebook page. Okay, so we're gonna go over here to the website thingy. All right, man, give me a minute, guys. I'm gonna put this in. All right, so all I'm gonna do is type in orvillejparker.com. All right, oh, it says something banned. I don't like the way that's looking. All right, let's see. Okay, see what it did? Went straight to my Facebook profile. So I use my Facebook profile like a landing page, like a hub for me. So if I'm out there promoting my content and I want people to constantly keep tying in, I'm gonna tell them, go over to orvillejparker.com. That's going to take you right to my Facebook profile. Make sure you guys bookmark the page, like it, follow me, do whatever you're going to do. All right. And they do that. And then when they come here, now they can check out all my content. Right. And this is where I can sell my product at too, guys. It's like if they come here and they go down my timeline, here's the show we're doing right now. All right, here's other information. Bam. Or you guys follow what I'm saying? All right. So like if I'm doing content like right here, this is Lil Wayne I did, and I'm selling my avatars there. All right. On this one here, this is one I targeted towards Generation X, and I'm showing them how they can make some quick money doing what I just talked about today by releasing a digital product. All right. But then I give them a way to go in and get some information on that course and that platform that I have. So I am doing what I'm talking to you guys about, right? All right. And that's all you got to do, guys. You don't have to wait till you have thousands of followers. You don't have to be an influencer, nothing like that. You can monetize your content day one. Just figure out something that you could sell to that market right off the bat. Keep it simple. We like to call this frictionless. The less things a person have to do to buy from you, the better it is. All right. You can always create a t-shirt. You can always create a hat, a sweatshirt, a mug with something that your market will have an affinity towards because it's around the niche that you are covering with your content. If you're into gardening, make some gardening stuff. If you're into working out and fitness, make some fitness stuff. If you're into working on your cars, make some working on your cars and stuff. If you're into what they call it, DIY, do it yourself, DIY, whatever it is, make something around that. Okay, but you can monetize your content from day one. All right, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. Thanks for checking out the show. Make sure if you liked this episode, man, go ahead, show some love, like it, share it, comment. If you're looking for a custom avatar, go over to our website at avatarpopstudios.com. Go over there. You're going to be able to see what my current offer is on avatars. You're going to be able to see about 50 different examples of avatars. We do both Pixar style avatars and photorealistic. We can clone you, all right, or we can make you a avatar that looks like a real person that you can use for your promotions, your marketing, stuff like that. All right, go over and check out what we're doing. I want to thank you guys for checking out the show. And also, guys, if you are a Generation X or somebody and you want to figure out how to make some money, all right, I'm going to invite you to go over to the link in this video called LearnDigitalToday.com. You guys seen me walk you through it on here. And that's going to give you some information on a very powerful resource that I've been plugged into now for right around a year and a half. And pretty much we have 4 training platforms, 4 training programs over there on our platform. And when you invest in our top tier program, you get all 4 of those, right? And so you can learn everything from content marketing, attraction marketing. We're going to teach you how to leverage social media, how to build automated systems that sell your products and services for you. Kind of like I showed you guys with my system and my funnel. We're going to show you how to create your own products. You know, if you want to create your own ebooks, your own courses, your own communities, we're going to teach you all that. And you're going to get access to hundreds and hundreds of hours of training, right? But then every week we have new training comes out. We've produced over 18 millionaires, and I forgot the number, 6-figure earners. In the last 12 months, our community members have generated over $30 million by marketing and exposing people to the opportunity over there in that training program and that community. When you invest in it, you get access to that community and that training forever, but then you also get a license where you can turn around and you can market that community and that training, and you keep 100% of the profits. All right? Crazy. So whenever I sell one of those, man, I make $900. What would your life look like if you made an extra $900 a week if you sold one? What would your life look like if you made an extra $1,800 a week? You sold 2. What would your life look like if you sold 1 a day? That's 27,000 a month, like 300 something thousand a year. We have some people in our community that make a lot of money doing this. This is one of the ways I monetize all of my content. All right. So go ahead and check it out at learndigitaltoday.com, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. God bless.